Everyone watched the same thing happen. The second AI video tools blew up, the paywalls showed up too. Sora, Grok, and pretty much every platform people wanted to use suddenly needed an expensive subscription. If you're only making a few videos here and there, that's a tough sell. But here's what most people miss. There are still tools like Google's VO3 and Kling AI that can create insanely realistic cinematic videos with smooth motion and synced audio that actually sounds natural. The catch? Most people use them the wrong way. They stick with the default setup, then wonder why their videos look cheap. Watermarks, blurry exports, random limits, weak quality, it happens all the time. And those basic methods usually don't even unlock the best features. That's exactly where people get stuck. So I'm going to show you the smarter approach. Real methods that help you get better results without paying for another monthly subscription. Some even let you generate videos for free, while others give you clean exports without watermarks or weird compression, so your final video is actually ready to post. And don't click away, because later I'll show you one extra tool that's a huge money saver if you use AI a lot. Trust me, it's worth seeing. Alright, let's start with Qwen. This one's seriously underrated. Most people think it's just another chatbot, but it does way more than that. It can generate images, videos, write content, build websites, create presentations, and a lot of features most users never even open. For now though, we're focused on image and video generation. Whenever you're running out of ideas, check the community tab first. People share their creations there, and some of the results are honestly crazy. It's also one of the easiest ways to see what the model can really do with a well-written prompt. If something stands out, open it and study it. A lot of creators leave their full prompt visible, so you can understand the structure, borrow the approach, switch the style, change the subject, and make it fit your own content. That alone saves a ton of trial and error. Now here's where Qwen really starts standing out. It has advanced options for generating videos with built-in audio, voice, and even lip sync when you use the right settings. So you're not just creating visuals anymore. You can make characters actually talk, animate still images, and turn simple scenes into something that feels alive. If you're starting from scratch, create a new chat and switch to the latest advanced reasoning model. Newer versions usually understand prompts better and produce cleaner, smoother results. Then hit the plus icon, choose Create Video, set your aspect ratio, enter your prompt, and generate it. This is usually where people realize the quality is way better than they expected, with clean visuals, natural motion, and sometimes even usable audio right out of the box. If you want noticeably better results, switch up your workflow. Instead of generating a video first, create the image first. Dial in the character, the lighting, and the overall scene until it looks exactly how you want. Then turn that image into a video. That simple change usually keeps your character more consistent and gives you way more control over the final look. You can level it up even more with custom dialogue and sound effects. Write your prompt like normal. Mention that lip sync should be enabled. Then put the exact line you want the character to say inside quotation marks. Something like, "I knew you'd figure it out." It instantly feels more natural. You should also describe the background audio. Maybe city traffic, waves hitting the shore, birds in the distance, whatever fits the scene. Those little details make a bigger difference than most people realize because they give the model better direction. And honestly, that's just the beginning. One of my favorite features has nothing to do with generating videos. It's for those days when you have zero ideas. If the community tab isn't helping, turn on thinking mode and let it brainstorm with you. Tell it your niche, your audience, and the style you're going for. Cinematic, storytelling, luxury, fast edits, whatever. It'll start throwing out hooks, scene ideas, angles, and concepts. Not every suggestion will be great, but all it takes is one solid idea to get everything flowing again. Once something clicks, tweak it a little and turn it straight into a video. It's one of the fastest ways to go from completely stuck to actually creating. One quick thing though, if the platform feels slow or tells you to wait, don't panic. It usually just means a lot of people are using it at the same time. Give it a little while and try again. Now let's move to one of the best free ways to use Google's VO3 right now. And surprisingly, most people still don't know about it. It's called Google Opal. Just search for Google Opal in your browser. Or if you want to save time, the link's in the description. Open the official Google Opal page and sign in with your Google account. It'll ask for a few permissions so it can save files to your Google Drive. Once you're in, you might see a quick walkthrough. You can skip that. Click Create New to open a blank workspace. Most tutorials stop here and tell you to use a basic basic template. We're not doing that. Click Generate at the top to add a new node. Then head over to the Settings panel and switch the agent to VO. After that, open the Advanced Settings and manually choose VO 3.1 instead of leaving it on the default option. A lot of people skip this step, then blame the tool when the results aren't great. It's really just the setup. Right below that, pick your aspect ratio. Use 16:9 for YouTube videos, or 9:16 if you're making shorts, reels, or TikToks. For this walkthrough, I'd go vertical since short-form content is still pulling crazy attention. Now head to the prompt box and describe exactly what you want to see. The more specific you are, the better the result usually turns out. Once you're done, open the Preview tab in the top right. If nothing loads, just refresh it once, then hit Start. That's it. Your video starts rendering in the cloud. No high-end PC, no complicated setup, no subscription just to test ideas. Just enter a prompt and let it do its thing. And here's one of the biggest wins. When the render finishes, you'll get a clean video without giant watermarks or annoying branding covering the screen. You can actually use the export right away. Need another clip? Just update the prompt, generate again, and keep going. After a couple of runs, the whole workflow feels effortless. If you're making YouTube videos instead of shorts, switch the aspect ratio to 16:9. Enter your new prompt, refresh Preview if needed, and hit Start again. That's literally it. Once you've done it a few times, you'll realize it's way easier than it looks. No confusing setup, no endless tutorials, just prompt, generate, and export. But here's where things get even more interesting. Text to video is great, but image to video is where this really shines. You can take a single image and turn it into a cinematic moving shot. A product photo can become an ad, a portrait can feel like a movie scene, one still image suddenly has life. Here's how it works. Start with a fresh workspace, then click User Input from the top menu. That adds a new input block. Connect it to the Generate node by dragging the line across. Think of it like snapping two pieces together. Next, open the Settings panel and change the input type from any to image. Just make sure the User Input block is selected first, or you'll end up changing the wrong settings. After that, go back to the Generate node. Pick the right aspect ratio, then focus on your prompt. Don't just describe the image, describe the movement. Instead of saying, animate this, tell it exactly what should happen. Maybe the camera slowly zooms in, leaves move in the breeze, reflections ripple across water, or lights flicker in the background. Small motion details usually create much stronger results. If you want the prompts I personally use, you'll find the resources through the link in the description. Once everything's ready, open Preview, refresh if needed, hit Start, upload your image, and let it render. No editing software, no complicated timeline, no extra plugins. Just upload, generate, and wait a few minutes. When it's done, you'll have a cinematic video ready to post or edit further. To save it, open the three-dot menu and download it. One thing to keep in mind, free accounts usually get around 10 to 12 quality generations per day, although that can change over time. For testing ideas, making shorts, or building content in batches, that's already more than enough for most people. And if you ever need more than that, I'll show you another option later. So here's the workflow one more time. Create the Generate node, write your motion prompt, open Preview, hit Start, upload your image, and let it render. Once you do it once, it becomes ridiculously easy. Now let's check out another model that almost nobody talks about enough. Seedance 1.5 Pro. If you set it up the right way, the quality can be seriously impressive. You'll find the link in the description. Open the platform and make sure you select the correct Seedance 1.5 Pro model first. Once you're on its page, scroll down, open the launch option, and it'll take you into the workspace. But don't generate anything just yet. This is where most people burn through their free credits in minutes without realizing it. First, sign in with your Google account or email. After that, find the setting for how many videos are created per prompt. It's usually set to 4 by default. Change it to 1 right away. Unless you actually need 4 versions, you're just wasting credits. Test one idea first, and if it works, generate more later. It's a simple change that makes your free usage last way longer. Next, set everything else up. Use 16:9 for YouTube or 9:16 for shorts and reels. Keep the resolution at 720p if you want faster renders and more generations, and start with a 5 5-second duration. That lets you test ideas quickly before spending extra time on longer clips. Once you find a style that works, you can always increase the quality later. Even with these basic settings, the results are surprisingly solid. The motion looks clean, the visuals hold up well, and the clips are good enough to actually use. It doesn't stop at text prompts either. You can upload a single image and turn it into a moving video, which is perfect if you already have product photos, character designs, thumbnails, or concept art. Want even more control? Upload one image as the first frame and another as the last frame, and the AI creates everything in between. Imagine starting with a quiet mountain cabin at sunrise and ending above a glowing skyline at night. The transition fills itself in naturally, and that's where the storytelling gets really interesting. If you don't have images ready, there's a built-in image generator on the same platform. Create your image first, then animate it right away without switching between different tools. You can make everything from character concepts and storyboard frames to product visuals and ad creatives in one place. If you want the prompts and settings I'm using, the resources are linked in the description. One thing to remember is that your free generations are usually shared across multiple models, so don't spend everything on just one. Some models are better for realism, others handle motion or stylized scenes better. Rotate between them and you'll get way more value. And if you run out of credits, don't stress. In most cases, they refresh after a while, so use them wisely, come back later, and you'll get a lot more out of the platform than most people do. And we're still not done yet. Alright, time for the bonus I mentioned, and honestly, this might end up being the most useful part of the whole video. There's another official way to use Google's VO3 for free, and somehow most people still don't know it's there. I've left the direct link in the description so you can get to it without digging through search results. Once you open it, sign in with your Google account and launch Google Vids. If you don't see it yet, don't worry. Google usually rolls features out to the US first, then expands them over time, so availability depends on your region. Once you're in, choose the VO3 option to open the generation screen. You'll see the prompt box, image animation, and aspect ratio settings, so you can switch between horizontal for YouTube or vertical for shorts and reels. I'd recommend starting with basic text to video first. Write your prompt, hit generate, and let everything render in the cloud. You'll probably notice a few extra features like avatars and other workspace tools, but most of those are part of paid plans. So if you're staying on the free version, just focus on the core features because that's where the real value is. One thing a lot of people miss is the built-in timeline at the bottom. As soon as your clip finishes rendering, you can drag it straight into the timeline and start building your video without opening another editor. It makes the whole workflow a lot faster. You can also switch over to image animation, upload any image you want, and turn it into a moving scene. Whether it's a product photo, character design, landscape, or thumbnail concept, the process is just as simple. Free accounts usually get around 10 to 12 quality generations a day, although that can change over time. Once your animation is finished, drop it into the timeline and keep building your project in the same workspace. And that's really the takeaway here. You don't have to spend a fortune every month just to make high-quality AI videos. If you know which tools to use and how to set them up properly, there are still solid free options that get the job done. If you want all the links, prompts, and resources I used in this video, they're waiting for you in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.